And following Sentinels taking the North American first ever Valorant Masters with 10 standing in, yes, it's going to be a continued topic as we do unravel what that means for the future of Sentinels, what that means for the future of Cloud9, and well, top competitive teams out there like 100 Thieves also making recent roster changes. If you guys remember all the way back to not Masters, but the first strike, the first ever North American major, if that's what you want to call it, yeah, Sentinels and 100T also having a showdown over there earlier on in the event, and some trash talk took to Twitter. Now, Shazam actually taken to a recent stream to reference that and talk about how 100 Thieves, and specifically how Steel, to him, is just a toxic character.
We've been the best team in NA before this tournament, too. Can I get a frenzy, Phoenix?
I'm gonna dark close.
Thanks.
100 Thieves was not.
Weapon here.
Top middle.
Darted. 2 tagged. He's bottom left mid.
Ground.
Free nest mid, too.
Enemy kill.
Nice.
Silva's on B.
Mr. Moore, thanks for the prime sub.
Flag planted. Deploying.
Oh, look, 100 Thieves is a good team, and I respect them. But they
Both heaven.
both haven't. They won first strike. They beat us by 1 round.
One enemy remaining.
Have it.
If we won 1 round, it would have been a 2-0 in our favor. They barely scraped by us when knowing our situation, and still went on Twitter to talk a bunch of shit when they beat us. Knowing that my dad died and I couldn't play for 2 weeks, they still talk shit after barely scraping by us in first strike. And talk shit on Twitter.
Just, you know, from
They
the
haven't
front.
won shit since. So that will always be a bad look to me.
Cypher, can you play B this round? I'm gonna
Knowing
free
what
shot
happened
right
to
at.
us, and talking so much shit on Twitter, that'll always be a bad look to me.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really the team. It's really just Steel. It was just Steel. I shouldn't even say the team, but that'll always be a bad look to me. This shit talking nothing to do with your dad, but yeah, but like they barely scraped by us. Let's be real. It's just a yikes. Nolan player, thanks for the prime stone. Like you're a grown ass man.
Hold it down, Cypher.
Have some respect.
One A man.
The rest of the team's cool, yeah, I agree.
One A man.
I love Nitro. He's one of my old
Wow.
teammates. That's funny. Thanks for the 2 months
Oh.
prime.
Dude, this guy is insane.
Right in.
Come
No,
on,
I
You're
respect.
outside. Outside.
Onside, Silva now.
One more out. Jet lit 80. Omen lit 62. 3 on site. Killjoy lurking mid.
And all of this, as Shazam does say, was around the time of his father's passing. It was a very, very difficult thing to see. Something we did not, really talk about or get into because it was a very sensitive topic. I can't imagine the kind of feelings and what he is going through. That point still stands. But to the opposite of that, I will say none of that trash talk on Twitter following their matchup referenced any of those details. To me, that was not a correlation between the trash talk and the passing of his father. I think Shazam even knows that, but it all happened around the same time, and that's where I think it's very clear he holds those feelings tied to that event because of what 100 Thieves did around that time, specifically that of Steel taking to Twitter with some tweets, as Shazam did go on to reiterate, eventually does say he shouldn't have said anything at all.
Your mid's clear.
Yeah, Blaze already tweeted a
Spike
bunch of
planted.
shit about us beating
Last
us.
player
Sitting
standing.
mid.
He said like, how does a team that's been around since
He's in a
beta
body shot, man.
lose or something?
Or not.
This guy is so good, man.
Like, bro, how could you even say that shit?
You just knew I was there.
Give me a moment. I need to set back up.
Tiki, thanks for the prime
That's
stuff.
the GPS of where we are.
That was ages ago. That was after first strike.
I can just cam in a B main, see backside strike.
I mean, Ali Cat that thanks for the tier 1. Nothing happened.
Let's go.
It's fine. I mean, they're still a good team. They will be a good team. Ethan's a strong player too.
Nothing B main again.
Nothing. It's just that he didn't know. No, he knew. He knew. Trust me, he knew.
I'm gonna come join your cat.
Don't try to justify.
One A,
One A
man.
main. One A main. Phoenix, just watch.
One's
our
bottom
main.
cat.
Standing ahead.
All right, just let it go, guys. I shouldn't have even said anything.
Race into the spike sites.
I was just saying that it just really rubbed me the wrong way when he did that.
think so.
But yeah,
Because you can tag an enemy.
thank you, Temptation. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do that.
I'm gonna try mid here.
Sure. I can go light and drop on you
How
guys.
funny would it be to
Need a
like,
Good
drop.
one.
Thanks.
arrow your entry and then he runs out with an arrow?
I'd be sick. Probably gonna be a B hit. They just eliminate like every round.
No, they're making it way worse than it's to be.
Get out of my way.
And for me on this one, it's really tough. I don't know if there's really a side to take. Obviously, you can't really fathom what Shazam went through in those moments. I think he also makes the point that Sentinels was the best team then. They are still the best team now. That's a pretty strong point as well. And clearly not appreciating the trash talk and banter that 100 Thieves took to Twitter with, which was not offensive to me. I think it was actually some great banter. Unfortunately timed, though, with obviously the passing there of Shazam's own father. I think it's more of an unfortunate circumstance and timing of events as to what the actual events pertain to. You know, it wasn't anything that Steele actually said. It was the timing of saying those things. But hey, I mean, we still obviously clearly have a butting of heads between these two teams. First it was Sentinels and TSM. Now it seems to be Shazam versus Steele. And I think there will be some people out there who agree that Shazam has probably had his own toxic moments. I don't think that's too far-fetched to say. Maybe just caught up in a bit of a stream moment to want to call Steele toxic. And maybe they both are, you know, but maybe they both also enjoy trash talk, which as a viewer, as the fans, we do as well. That rivalry, especially after these clips, will continue. And Sentinels, can they keep on continuing to prove they are the best team in North America? Can they lock in a guy like Tens? What will happen with Sinatra and the Thieves? You know, just making a recent change for Ethan. Can they prove themselves as the oldest roster in Valorant to also be competitive in North America? It's still exciting to see that despite the sensitivity of these topics we just talked about, it's very, very exciting to see both these teams go back and at it, back and forth, and we'll see who can bounce back next as we slowly approach some more Masters and other future events. Until next time, drink your wa, drink your ka. What do you guys think about this one? Until then, take care.